Hi, I'm Matt, welcome back to the channel. This is VanWorks and today we're going to cover the topic of van lining. So this is the first stage that you should really be looking to do. In terms of lining, we're going to cover off sound deadening, the stages of insulation, then your ply lining, carpeting and flooring, pros and cons and reasons for each. So when you've got your van, it is essentially a tin box. It's going to rattle, it's going to hum, it's a commercial vehicle, it's just designed to carry loads. It's not designed really with passengers and leisure camping in mind. So the first thing you want to do is look at some sound deadening. So this is an example of sound deadening. You'll see there's a material here which has a sticky back and then a foil front. Foil front gives a nice finish, also reflects heat. The sound deadening is mainly done by this black material here. We can have a sample of a van. Hopefully it will show up on the microphone. The difference is when you tap, you'll hear this gives more of a thud. It just stops that resonating noise, and doing the van makes the world of difference. In terms of lining, you can do the sides, the roof, your sliding doors and tailgate or barn doors. Next stage on from that, you could look at doing the entire cargo floor, and then you can also progress and move on to the cab area and the front door, so you get the whole vehicle sound deadened. It does make a huge difference. Then we move on to insulation. So we've got the next layer. This is the thermo liner. So again, this is a foil backed foam. This foam is going to just lock in the air, provides a bit of a barrier between, imagine this is the metal skin of your vehicle, of course. It's a barrier between the warmth inside and the cold outside. And then the next stage is you've got certain cavities in the van, and this is your recycled plastic insulation. We use this because it doesn't absorb moisture, it's breathable, it's also recycled plastic, so it's good for the environment. This, like insulation in your home, or I always refer to it as like a puffer jacket, it's about trapping the air. You trap the air, you create a barrier between the warm inside and the cold outside. So the last thing you want to do is compress everything down like this. So there are certain places that we won't put this. Equally, you can get thinner versions if you really want to go to town, but you'll probably see in some pictures to follow that the cavities we do are more than sufficient to give you the protection from the cold outside. Then we move on to ply. So you've got your ply, you're going to get a new kit that's going to go on there for the rear quarters, sliding doors, barn doors, things like that, and the roof. You can use your original ply from the vehicle as well if you're happy with it, if it's in good condition, depending on what you particularly want to do. This, for example, is 6mm ply, and that just is going to give you good surface to fit to if you're going to put some nets for carrying things or hooks, shelves, bits and bobs like that. Quite often you'll find the plies 3mm, again, absolutely fine for the job. Then we move on to the lining options. Now, there's a variety of colours available. We've just got these two on our quick sample board because they're the most popular. This one happens to be smoke, this one's anthracite, and they go all the way through from blacks, silvers, beiges and blues. Less popular now, they're a bit more popular in the past. Other linings we do are the suede, which is foam backed, so it gives a nice sort of luxurious finish. We put these on the roof liners, headliners I should say. You can also put these on your rear quarter panels and sliding door panels and similar, just to give a contrast finish between the carpet and the suede. The suede, things to bear in mind, carpets are really durable. If you get them wet, let them dry, clean them off, get rid of the mud. Suede, a little bit harder to maintain in that respect, but they do give a really nice finish. When we move on to the floor, if you've got a combi, you'll have a combi floor. If you're having a camper or day van or anything else, you're going to want to replace the floor with a nice 12mm ply floor. Again, all CNC cut. We put packers down on the van with bond, and then we screw the floor to the packers so that there aren't a whole load of screws and holes in your van. It also gives a really solid fix. And Outro is the go-to flooring. This is what you'll find in hospitals, office buildings, various places where you're going to have high footfall, and it's anti-slip. It's so durable. You can drag pallets across it. It's fine to have in the back of a commercial van as well. And again, there's a range of colours. There's also other ranges of wood effects and similar things, so you've got a good selection to choose from. And that covers off lining in its essence. That's your simple lining. You can then move on, you'll see it behind me. When we get to window coverings, you can match the lining to a nice van shade. Again, that can be carpeted in the matching colour, and you will also have van shades. This element here comes in a wide variety of colours, so you can have it as an accent piece, or you can have a more subtle beige, slate, storm colour. And if you've got any more questions on that, please leave a comment below, ring in or email. Thanks very much.